Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to introduce you with my three snakes, each with their own unique personalities, behaviors, and care needs. We'll talk about their diets, size, feeding response, and which one makes the best pet, especially for beginners. So if you're considering a boa or a ball python, this is the video for you. First, we want to start off with Lucy, my big hypo female Colombian boa. First up, we've got Lucy, my big hypo Colombian Boa Constrictor. She's a powerhouse of a snake, beautiful coloration, super strong, and honestly, a showstopper. In terms of diet, Lucy eats mostly appropriately sized frozen thawed rats, and now that she's big, she's on jumbo rats. I haven't really gotten her to small rabbits yet, but she's currently eating jumbo rats. Size. She's about 7 feet long right now and is still growing slowly. Colombian boas can hit anywhere from 7 to 10 feet as adults, so consider this if you want a Colombian boa. The prey type, strictly rodents and small mammals. Native location. These boas are native to Colombia and other parts of South America, where they thrive in tropical forests. The behavior and feeding response. Lucy has an incredible feeding response. When it's feeding day, she's ready, but because she was raised from a baby, she's super docile and used to handling. I can actually grab her mouth, which I don't like to do often, but I can literally grab her head and close my hand on her head and she will give me no response. If you respect her size and read her body language, she's an awesome animal. Now let's move to Allen Iverson, my defensive Central American boa, also known as the Nicaraguan boa. And yeah, he lives up to the name. Quick, defensive, and doesn't play around at all. His diet is that he's on smaller rats. Central American boas stay much smaller than Colombians, but they make up for it with their attitude. He's about 4 to 5 feet, which is typical. Males especially stay within the 3 to 6 foot range, and they won't be as girthy as a Colombian boa. Prey type, they also eat rodents, but obviously much smaller prey than Lucy. Native location, these boas come from Central America, places like Nicaragua, Honduras, and Costa Rica. Shout out to South America and my South American viewers who are watching. It's hotter and drier in many of those regions compared to Colombian boas are from. Behavior and feeding response. Here's the thing. Allen Iverson is already defensive. He was captive bred, but with his behavior, you would think that he was not captive bred, which means he wasn't born in captivity. It would indicate that he was born in the wild. But he was actually born in captivity and just still has that primal instinct, like in the wild. He'll hiss, he'll bluff strike, and you guys will see that in this video. He's gonna strike numerous times. And sometimes you just gotta leave him alone. Still, he's got a strong feeding response and is very healthy. But he's definitely not a beginner snake. Last but not least, Duchess. My doe female ball python, and she is the biggest ball python I have out of 10 ball pythons. But also the chillest. He's basically a couch potato of the snake world, in the best way. She eats large rats, and like most ball pythons, she sometimes fasts in the winter. Totally normal. Ball pythons, not even just in the winter. They just go off food. The longest Duchess didn't eat was for a year. I mean, for a year. Could you guys go a year without eating? Comment if you can fast for a year. Nah, never mind. I'm just playing. But yeah, this is a perfectly normal trait that ball pythons have where they just go off of food and they don't really lose a lot of weight. Size, she's around 4.5 to 5 feet, but thick body. Female ball pythons are usually larger than males. So that means they're sexually dimorphic. Prey type. Strictly rodents, ball pythons don't need anything fancy. Their native location is from west and central sub-Saharan Africa, where these guys live in warm, grassy areas and burrows. And you'll be surprised that an animal from such a hostile environment as unforgiving as sub-Saharan Africa and have a docile temperament. It's incredible. Behavior and feeding response. She's super docile, easy to handle, doesn't mind being out, and while ball pythons are known to be picky eaters, Duchess is very reliable. She's never striped, she's never bit me, never hissed. Just a great ambassador snake. So, which snake takes the win for beginners? Alright, so out of Lucy, Allen Iverson, and Duchess, which one wins as the best pet for beginners? Easy answer. Duchess the ball python. Here's why. Ball pythons are small to medium size, so they're easier to house. They're incredibly docile, especially when captive bred and handled regularly. They don't require massive enclosures or high humidity like boas. And while food and go on food strikes, their overall temperament makes up for it. Now, boas, they're amazing, but more advanced. Lucy, while tame, is very large and needs a big enclosure, strong feeding discipline, and experience. Allen, being a more defensive species, needs someone who knows how to read snake behavior and work around aggression or stress. So, if you're feeding them in their cage, you're gonna have to be very cautious of when you open their cage because they're gonna associate every time you open in the cage with feeding, which is called a feeding response. And what you don't want to be is mistaken as food for a boa constrictor because they have very, very sharp teeth. They have rows of teeth, and when they sink into your flesh, it's gonna cause a wound. With a snake as big as Lucy, it may cause a severe wound. Temperament. They're naturally docile and shy, which is why they call them ball pythons, because they like to ball up. Not defensive or aggressive, perfect for people who are nervous around snakes. Ball pythons need simple humidity and temperature needs, and as long as they are met, they thrive. Feeding. Yes, they can be picky eaters, but once you figure out their preferences, they usually eat well. Handleability. Duchess is a snake that I trust with the first time keeper, even a kid with supervision, of course. Actually, Duchess belonged to a kid before she belonged to me. So while Lucy is impressive, Allen Iverson has attitude, but Duchess, she's the queen of the beginner snakes. If you're just getting into reptiles, you can't go wrong with a good ball python. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video and comment below which snake is your favorite. See you in the next one.